Hey everybody. This is my best friend Sparky. Say hi, Sparky. He's a little distracted. But anyways, Sparky and I are going to talk to you today about attribution and what you should be doing once you actually get your attribution up and running. So like, what are the reports, the baseline reports that you should be reporting on? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some very, very foundational reports that you should be reporting on once you get your attribution up and running. Now, there's a lot of other reports outside of these that you could be doing, and we'll talk about those in a future video. But for this video, we're going to focus on some foundational pieces. So number one is lead attribution. Lead attribution is using attribution to understand where your leads are coming from. And there's two different ways of getting at your lead attribution numbers. Method number one is looking at the lead creation date and then understanding the channels and campaigns that led to the creation of those leads. So the primary date range that you're looking at is lead creation date. Now there's a secondary way to look at this, which is based on the touch point date. So it's basically saying, based on when the marketing activity took place, how many leads were generated from that. So one says, for leads generated during timeframe XYZ, how did marketing channels and campaigns impact that lead generation? The other way is for marketing activities that took place during timeframe XYZ, how many leads were generated from that? Just two different ways of getting at similar data. Now, you should see differences in the data, but they're similar. Now, the next thing you need to be reporting on is opportunity influence. Opportunity influence, again, there's two different ways of looking at this. Way number one is for opportunities created during timeframe XYZ. How did marketing channels and campaigns impact those opportunities? Then you also have the other direction, which is for marketing activities that took place during timeframe XYZ. How many opportunities have been created or have been influenced by those marketing activities? The third thing that you have to be reporting on is deals. Deals are closed-won opportunities. So we look at it from a standpoint of, for the deals that were won or closed-won during timeframe XYZ, how did marketing channels and marketing campaigns impact those deals? Same thing, you can look at that a different way, which is for marketing activities that took place during date timeframe XYZ, how many deals were influenced by those marketing activities? Now, those are the three foundational pieces that you should be reporting on for attribution. I want to kind of backtrack a little bit to the opportunity piece. With the opportunity piece, we use opportunity creation date for a couple of reasons. Number one, we need to understand pipeline. And unfortunately, systems don't do a very good job of telling you what pipeline was on a certain date. And because pipeline is always shifting in terms of, deals that become closed won or closed lost, you can't really look at just what is open in that moment and compare it to a different time frame. So what we do is we use opportunity creation. So how many swings of the bat, how many opportunities were created based on marketing's impact on these opportunities? That allows us to then be able to do cohorting and compare month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year, because your systems are going to understand and be able to track opportunity creation date in that contextual manner. So you can do month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year. When you use opportunity created date, you cannot do month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year, and look at open pipeline because your systems most systems don't do that. It would be incredibly difficult to do that unless you had a BI tool. And even with a BI tool, it's still very difficult to do. So we don't recommend doing that. So in recap, three primary things that you need to be reporting on when you get attribution. One is lead attribution. Two, opportunity attribution using opportunity creation. And then three is deal attribution using opportunity closed won date. And then you can look at each of those from a standpoint of the lead creation date, the opportunity creation date, the closed won date, or you can also look at them from a standpoint of when the marketing activity took place. So it would be your touch point date. You should be looking at it both directions, because one of them is going to be very static, looking at a closed date range of opportunity creation or closed date range of opportunity closed one date. The other is going to be very dynamic when you're looking at it from a touch point date standpoint. That data is going to change over time, because over time we are going to influence more opportunities and more deals. So that's it for today in this video. In a future video, we're going to talk about some of the other things that you can be doing in using attribution for, but then we'll also talk about, we'll have a different video that will talk about how to create a marketing reporting cadence and the different things that you're going to report on through that cadence. So thanks everybody for watching. Sparky, you want to say bye? No, you're being shy. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody.